Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode here of the Dallas Cowboys Insider here on ESGNet, as we're following the Dallas Cowboys in this franchise mode. And today we're going to take a quick look here at the game that we just got done featuring here. You probably just seen just yesterday with the Cowboys winning this one 35-21 there in MetLife Stadium. So big game there. It was a Thursday night game, and the Cowboys did a great job there of getting the win from the get-go. Really getting really good field position there on the first drive there against the Giants, as the Giants had ball first, and they gave the ball there to Murray, and Murray got rocked, and he got rocked pretty hard there, which he coughed up the ball, and then we went ahead, grabbed the ball, had possession of it, and then we're able to get down the field to get the victory. As you take a look here and see how they're just not themselves this week. They got some garbage time touchdown there, trying to get an onside kick, but that just did not work out in their favor, and we were able to win the game there 35-21. You guys like our new music in the background there? I like it. Something different here. But for the most part here, we did a great job there. But the only exception of this that kind of just dampers the mood, and at least that's how the mood was this week, was Dak Prescott's passing. He threw two interceptions in that game there, just when we thought he was getting better at it, or getting more comfortable and just more actually just be able to read the field and the defense a lot more. He let two get away from him, and they were not pick sixes, but they were takeaways there. As you see, the Giants there got 4, and we were able to get 2. Now, 26 of 39 there, 59 yards, 66% of passes complete. His rating just near 90, and there you see 2 interceptions there. At least talking to the coaches there, we talked to them, and I was trying to get a hold of them. I kind of waited to this back on Monday, or on actually Tuesday, and talking to the coaches there, and they said that they were excuse me. At first they were like, he's just gonna sit out. We're kind of done with him. Next 2 games we'll just let Rush or Kaepernick take over and just do their thing, and because we already clinched a spot there for the most part. I'm just taking a look at the numbers there for the players here. They just pretty much just said that was it. But I guess after some time and looking at some game film there with Dak, they've kind of changed their tune. Now, will we see Dak play a full game next week against Seattle, which we'll get into here in just a bit? Probably not, depending on how well he plays in the first half, and that really means anything. It means an interception. It comes any kind of turnover, interception or a fumble, whatever the case may be. There's a good shot that he will not start in the or play the rest of the game there. Cooper Rush actually will go ahead and take it. Cooper got a couple extra snaps here this week, and looks like, and he's actually been, they've wanted him to run some other plays they've been possibly working on going into this game against Seattle. You should take a look at the league news and what's going on around the league. But for the most part here, the team had a really good practice going into this week, and we'll talk about the Seattle here in just a few here. But had a really good practice. They were lighthearted. They were looking at game film because they did a great job. I mean, really against the defense did an excellent job there against the Giants there on a big stage, like playing in a night game, especially in New York. But yeah, the talk around pretty much around the city of Dallas is what is going on with Dak. If this continues, they're going to have to figure out another option, because him throwing these many interceptions that he has been is not helping this club out, and especially going down when we get into playoff football here, we cannot be throwing picks. We got to be, stay in the course. We got to, get down the field here, be smart about, protecting the ball there. And of course, talking to Dak, he said with me and a couple other reporters that that he knows that everything is on his shoulders. He knows that, and he knows that they're expecting a lot out of him. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't sign him and have him as the starter for the starting quarterback for the Cowboys. So he said that he's going to be working with the receivers more this week, which he has. I noticed that here on the Thursday practice there, that the first team and second team he's been working with quite a bit here. A lot of people have been saying why is there not a Dak and Dez connection, and of course Dez has been kind of MIA in a couple of games now here, and we haven't really seen him do too much there in the receiving there to really help out Dak. So that might be there might be some issues going on between the two of them. Excuse me. Try to get some information out of Dak and out of Dez here, and they said for the most part the relationship is fine. There's nothing wrong with the relationship. There've been times where they've been miscues on the two of them when there's certain plays that are for Dak to throw to Dez, but for the most part here there's no issue. They said don't blow it out of proportion. There's nothing going on. They're both kind of banged up, kind of hurt, which all players are right now in this season because getting to the nitty gritty, getting to the playoffs here. But Dez also said, hey, lay off my boy. He's even told the coaches to kind of lay off of him or some, because there could be something in his mechanics. Maybe he sees something that he's maybe he's seeing. Maybe he thinks he sees something that's there, and then all of a sudden it's not. So that could be an issue there. But Dez also said he was not making excuses for Dak, and Dak said he was not going to make excuses for himself here. It's just that he's just not playing really well right now. And if Cooper Rush has to come in, he said he's going to give Cooper Rush his blessing and to help him out as much as he can. Now, as for Seattle, take a look here at Seattle, as we're going to play them there in the CenturyLink field. And there you see the last three games there. They got us, the Broncos, and the Rams starting off here. And they'll see if we can try to get a win out here. Now, playing Seattle is always tough for us, especially when you got a defensive team like Sherman, and you got Wagner there. Now, for us, it's going to be plain and simple, like it has been the last couple of weeks now, throwing some short passes. I think we got it kind of off of that. Coaches were kind of trying to push the limit there in some of the defensive schemes there against the Giants there, and that might be cause of what happened there. Maybe that Dak was wondering why we're going to get off the game plan of throwing short intermediate passes there. Try to throw some screens like that. Well, this week, that's what they're going to try to stay with. They're going to try to stick with that and not go any further down. Now, if there is a mismatch, which in this case, playing against Seattle may not be the case, then they said they're going to open up the playbook where they can throw down the field to Dez so he can get some deep catches. But for the most part here, it's going to be short and sweet, and it's going to be some screens, and even try to get the running game or the running backs involved in that passing game there to help out. Earl Thomas III, he's going to be out next week, and or next couple weeks now. He's going to be out for a while, so we'll see that. For the most part here, they got all the guys they need for defense there, so they're not hurt in that situation. As for the players, Jimmy Graham, 63 receptions, 597 yards for this season, and 9 touchdowns there for him. He's going to definitely be a red zone threat if Seattle is in the red zone there. Which chances are they will be, and that's going to be a guy that we're going to be number one going to be looking for. And then, of course, Russell Wilson, another threat there. I would say he's probably 1A, and then Graham would be 1B. Russell Wilson, if he's in the red zone there, he is going to run regardless. So we're going to try to keep a spy on him as much as we possibly can, make sure that we can keep him in check and just contain him as best as we possibly can. Russell is one of those guys. He will run first and throw, fourth, fifth, or sixth down the the option, just a process thought. As for Doug Baldwin, he's another guy there we have to watch out for when it comes to the deep game there. Decent, good speed for overall. He's a quick, he's a 7-year man from Stanford, so he's a smart guy. He got QB football IQ there, so he's going to be a guy definitely. He's going to go after the long catches there when he needs to, and which we'll probably see that quite often here in this game. Now on the defensive side there, Bobby Wagner is going to be a guy that he's going to be brutal in the middle there, and that is something we're just going to have to deal with. Guys are going to have to make catches. There might be a lot more drag routes. It might be down or in the mid part of the field. Not too many. We may do some slant routes, but for the most part here, we're going to try to throw everything on the outside or the inside there of the slant routes, so they can just grab it and turn and just take off. Because Wagner, he will put a hurting on us, especially with our guys like Switzer and Beasley there that just go up the middle for us. Cam Chancellor, that's one of the reasons why we're not going deep besides Sherman. Cam Chancellor, of course, superstar there, and definitely a threat when it comes to the deep game there. So we're hoping that if they know that we're throwing short, they'll probably bring him up some, which just will give us a good chance here to throw deep on one side of the field. And of course, Richard Sherman there, the 7-year man from Stanford, another problem with going deep there. And again, if we can get him to come up close, some blitzing, we can read the blitz early enough, and we can change the play up and throw it over their heads. Hey, we got it. So that's something that we're going to be trying to be working on going into this week here, week 15. Now, the cool thing is we get Mr. Zeke Elliott back. Yes, we get Big Zeke back, and he'll be back there in the backfield there along with Bird and McFadden. So the three-headed monster that we have in the running game there will be very helpful for us next week when we take on Seattle there at Central Link. So this might be a blessing in disguise for Dak as he threw those 2 picks there. But I was told by coaches, if he throws a pick in this game, he is done. He will not throw another pass probably until week 17, and even so, because I've been told in week 17 there will be a lot of starters they may not play because they want to rest those guys up, and Dak being one of them. So Cooper Rush may have weeks 16 and 17 all to himself. Well, now if he happens to be in this game, he'll have week 15, 16, and 17 to get himself going there. If he has a hot hand, I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys say, hey, we're going to go with Rush. And we talked to Dak about that, and he said that if that's the case, then he's willing to take one on the chin there and do whatever he has to do to help the team out. So, but they want to get the interceptions. They don't want him to throw any more. Done. You went to your limit. Now you're going beyond it, and they want to shut it down. So we'll see what we'll do here coming up in week 15 with the Dallas Cowboys going against the 10-3 Seattle Seahawks. That's it for this week in the Dallas Cowboys Insider here. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. Also, don't forget to hit that bell notification so you guys can be notified first when videos of this series or any other series here on the channel is uploaded to ESGNet. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Also, follow us on social media down below in the description. There is our Facebook, Twitter, and Discord. Check us out there for the latest news and events on what's going on here on the channel and what is going on in the world of sports gaming and in sports in general. And I want to also apologize for my coughing. If I coughed and your ears are bleeding because of the coughing noise and everything like that, I apologize. I'm trying to get over this cold here, and I'm hoping that I'll take some of this medicine here and get drugged up, and it'll be out of my system here with hopefully here in the next day or two. So don't want to be behind in videos right now. I got too many videos to get ready for you guys here It's a new series going to start popping up here on the channel, so I just want to stay on top of a lot of things. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.